These latest headlines from ABC15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.
Hi there, I'm Jamie Warren with your top stories from ABC15 Arizona. ABC15 is dedicated to keeping you informed on teen violence cases here in the Valley. With new developments in the Preston Lord murder case, the trial is now pushed to January. It was scheduled to begin in less than a week from now. Preston was beaten after a 2023 Halloween party in Queen Creek and later died. Currently, the defendants are all together under one case. The judge is giving defense attorneys a November deadline to file a motion to separate the cases. All 6 defendants are currently facing felony murder charges. In the state of education now, Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays is joining more than 20 other states in suing the Trump administration for freezing $6 billion in education grants. Mays says $132 million of that was meant for Arizona schools. This comes as the federal government moves ahead with mass layoffs in the U.S. Department of Education, now getting the green light from the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court just handed President Trump another victory, this time involving his plan to downsize the Department of Education. So what does that mean for your child's education? For one, the ruling from the Supreme Court does not outright eliminate the Department of Education. Only Congress can do that. However, because the department has historically been the smallest cabinet agency with only around 4,000 employees, a cut of around 1,400 staffers could hamper tasks still handled by the department. In a statement, Education Secretary Linda McMahon said, "Today the Supreme Court again confirmed the obvious. The President of the United States, as the head of the executive branch, has the ultimate authority to make decisions about staffing levels, administrative organization, and day-to-day operations of federal agencies." President Trump, for his part, writing on Truth Social, "The United States Supreme Court has handed a major victory to parents and students across the country by declaring the Trump administration may proceed on returning the functions of the Department of Education back to the states." The Supreme Court ruling is the most recent ruling giving authority to President Trump to downsize the federal government as he wishes. Last week, the High Court signed off on a separate request to downsize other agencies. Democracy Forward, a group that opposes President Trump's efforts, says the U.S. Supreme Court today delivered a significant blow to public education in America, effectively allowing President Trump's attempt to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education to proceed while a case challenging the unlawful cuts is considered. As for what is next for the department, the expectation is that Secretary of Education Linda McMahon will work to shift some current responsibilities of the department to other cabinet agencies. Meanwhile, a coalition of 24 states sued the Department of Education on Monday over $6.8 billion in funding that the Trump administration has recently withheld, money that helps schools pay for programs like after-school care.
If this latest federal action goes unchecked, our students, our families, our schools, and our communities will absolutely suffer.
Joe St. George, Scripps News Group, Washington.
We are months away now from Halloween, but it is not too early to test out those fears at the scariest place in Arizona. We're talking about Fear Farm. Haunted Fairgrounds announcing a brand new location for the haunted attraction. I have been there before. I did not return. If you like being scared, though, this one's for you. The 13th Floor Entertainment Group telling ABC15 that they will be relocating to a new venue with all new themes. This will be near the Loop 101 and McKellips Road in Scottsdale. Fear Farm will open on select nights this fall from September 19th to November 2nd.
With your most accurate forecast, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. Another warm start to the day with temperatures in the valley in the lower 90s, 100 at noon, and a seasonal forecast later on today, calling for a high of 107. And even the slightest of monsoon storm chances this evening at 20%. Northern Arizona, high staying in the mid-80s for areas like Flagstaff, upper 80s in Heber and Show Low. Meanwhile, as you head toward Gila County, those highs staying anywhere from 89 in Payson to 96 in Globe, and then 100 plus along the I-10 corridor. We still have an extreme heat warning for parts of the Grand Canyon below 4,000 feet through Wednesday, and we also have the possibility of severe weather for the areas highlighted in that darker shade of green from Pinal County to the southeast, with the main concerns being damaging winds, blowing dust, and heavy rain later on today. Your 7-day forecast showing those storm chances really picking up tomorrow and Thursday in the valley with cooler temperatures as a result. In the high country, the best chance for storms will be Wednesday through Thursday as well, with highs in the 70s and overnight lows in the lower 50s.
For the very latest on the headlines, weather, and traffic all across the valley, head on over to ABC15.com or download that free ABC15 mobile app.
These latest headlines from ABC 15 are sponsored by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorneys. One call, that's all.